Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the scale button, and we're going to set our push to fourths and chromatic in C major. And this sets our push to correspond with the layout of a regular piano with the white keys and the black keys. And this also sets it to correspond with a guitar being played in standard tuning. So once you learn what I'm about to show you, you'll be able to play along with most chord versions of songs that you find on guitar tab sites. So if the song on the tab site says to add a capo, you do that by just moving the scale up a half step per fret, and then playing it the same way without changing anything, just like you would on a guitar, which is my favorite thing about the push, is the ability to essentially put a capo on a piano. If the song is tuned down a half step, you would set it to a B, or if it's tuned down a whole step, you would set it to B flat. So now that we know how to set it up to match any song we want to play, I'm going to show you how to play this bad boy, and it's super simple. First, I'm going to show you how to play all the major chords. So just for comparison, on a guitar in standard tuning, an A looks like this, a B looks like this, a C looks like this, a D looks like this, an E looks like this, an F looks like this, and a G looks like this. And you have to memorize all of those, and they're all different shapes. But on a push, an A looks like this, a B looks like this, a C looks like this, a D looks like this, an E looks like this, an F looks like this, and a G looks like this. They're all the same shape. And we're going to call that our major shape. And that means that to play all these chords, all you have to do is just remember that one shape and then learn where to put it. So the where to put it is just learning which pads are which notes. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and all the black notes in between. So we already know that our first note that's lit up here is our C, because we have our scale set to C, so we know that all these notes here are C's. So to play a C major chord, we would be putting our thumb on one of these C's and then building the major shape above it. And there's our C chord. And that can also be played up here, also be played up here. They're all C chord, and they'll all work in any song is a C. And knowing when to play which one is just kind of a matter of the vibe of the song. Like sometimes it's better to start a chorus down here, or it might sound better up here in the middle of a verse, or it might be good to end on a C all the way up here. It's just a matter of the vibe of the song on when to use them, but any one of them will work while playing any song. So if we shift our same major shape up to the next light, here we have a D chord. So it's the same exact shape, and we just shifted it up to the next lit up light. And that gives us our D chord. So you'll notice that your fingers aren't all landing on lit up pads, and that's fine. All that matters is just that the bass note, which is the thumb of your left hand, lands on the chord that you want to play, and then that you build the shape correctly above it. So if we were to place our major shape with our thumb on the dark note between the C and the D here on the C sharp, and we put that same shape, we now have a C sharp chord. So it's the same shape, it's just where we place it. So from just this one major shape and knowing where to place it, we've essentially learned how to play 12 major chords, which are some of the most commonly used chords in popular music. The other most commonly used chords in popular music are minor chords, and all of these can also be played with one shape that is only slightly different from the first shape that we learned. And that's this shape right here. And we're going to call this our minor shape. And you'll notice that the only thing different about this shape is that the highest note gets shifted down just one half step. So to play a C minor, you place your thumb on the C, just like we did with the other one, and then you place the minor shape above it. So a C major was here. For a C minor, we just shifted this top note down one half step to there. And this is our minor shape, and we can place this anywhere on the board now. So, for example, an A minor is a very common minor chord that shows up a lot. We place our thumb on the A note, and then we place the rest of the minor shape above it. That's your A minor. If we were to shift this down here, that gives us our E minor, which is also a really common one. If we were to go up from there, that gives us a D minor chord. So it's just the same thing, all the one shape and just where you place it on the board. Now, by learning our minor shape and knowing where to place it, we've essentially learned how to play 12 more chords. So with just these two shapes and knowing where to place them, we've learned 24 of the most common chords used in popular music, and you should be able to play thousands of songs now.